Welcome to What You Say Anime. I am your host, Peter. On today's episode, we are bringing back the illustrious, the brain-racking guessing game that is the MyAnimeList review game. A game where our contestants will bring the most tantalizing, elitist, prestigious, and sometimes outright terrible reviews found on the popular website MyAnimeList. Contestants will give a paraphrased review, and based off the context clues, the other contestants will have to try to guess the show and the score in a 2-point range. Guessing the show correctly awards you 1 point. Guessing the score gets you 1 point. Correctly guessing both awards you a bonus point. We will play 2 rounds, and the winner will receive a big fat pat on the back. Joining me today is Moodang Miles, Kat, and our returning champion, Preston. Gentlemen, this is our 7th time doing the game, and based off what I've read today, we probably have content for another 400 games. So I think we're good to continue running this game going forward. Before we start, does anybody have any questions?
I have a slight correction to make. You mentioned that we're picking pretentious or bad reviews. Usually, I just pick reviews that agree with me to further my agenda.
That's also fair. Sorry. Yeah. I will add that going forward. Or
now, admittedly, those could very easily be pretentious and or bad reviews.
Yes.
But
yes,
that's not why I pick them.
I actively pick reviews that go against what Miles says so he can sound more wrong.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see what people get. If you want to play along, let us know your score, whether it's in our YouTube comments or Spotify comments, or, hear me out, you can join our Discord. Links to the description below. Gentlemen, let's begin with our first show. Like any show, Redacted has a lot of haters, but I think this is the first time I've ever disliked a show for this unique reason for itself. I may be a better writer than some, and others may be better writers than me, but usually everything bad anyone has to say about any show is criticism echoed by someone else. However, no one I've seen seems to share my biggest single issue with Redacted. The first time I came into contact with the show was probably the first time you did too. I was just minding my own business when suddenly the internet was flooded with pictures of the first volume's cover art. And wow, the cover art sure is pretty. The MC's gorgeous outfit, the art's extremely balanced color contrast. Of course, it does a good job of conveying the intrigue in the story and the setting, but based on an artistic level, everything about it was just so visually striking. And it's no surprise that the light novel sold like hotcakes. When I went to investigate the light novel, it only had a few thousand members on Mal, but the preliminary aggregate score was already at a 9. Even after the initial buzz died down, I would see that beautiful image passing and wonder to myself, when will this get an anime? The second time I came into contact with Redacted was when I watched the Aromaga Sensei OVA. Aromaga Sensei is an abhorrent piece of trash. It's not just because it's an incest show. Its characters, when they aren't being completely two-dimensional, were just being horrible people or confusing or self-contradictory. It was always one of those. It had fan service, and I don't mind fan service, but here it was a little creepy, and the voyeuristic angles took me and made me feel slightly uncomfortable. Like watching a hidden camera show in a little girl's room. The OVA series wasn't hideously animated like the TV anime, but its writing didn't improve in the slightest. In the second episode of the OVA, the main character gets sick, so 2 of his friends come over to help. Unfortunately for them, his little sister, who is in love with him, doesn't want them to let other women inside of the house to get close to their brother, so she refuses to let them in. They are, for some reason, okay with this and hand her a get-well present, brought for her brother to give on their behalf. That present, to my surprise, was Volume 5 of Redacted. There's a lot wrong with Redacted. I'll tackle that all in a second. But with the main problem, which makes it almost completely unwatchable for me, is how much of a kid show this is. What? Redacted is mature. It addresses themes of war, classism, and racism. It has intense scenes of violence and death. How can you possibly call this a kid show? I knew Redacted wasn't going to be worth the hype as soon as I saw it featuring that in the Aromaga Sensei OVA. Not because I'm a cynical bitch who hates everything, but because I knew that there was no way that Denkei Bunko would shield the light novel like that unless its fan base had the exact same demographics as the viewers watching Aromaga Sensei. You're of course missing the point if you think I'm suggesting that there can be absolutely no comedy, romance, or lightheartedness in a drama whatsoever. That would be ridiculous. It's a matter of presentation. And this anime presents itself with frilly bra straps, goofy Ojo-sama lolly princess, and chibi-faced moe blobs in uniforms eating cake, exclaiming, "Oishi!" When I say kid show, I honestly don't mean you can't throw on Redacted for your 5-year-old son after he's done watching Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. And shit. But given an intensively violent and sexual nature of video games in a Hollywood film, I'd be very surprised if your average 12 or 13-year-old child didn't find this show to be totally awesome. I generally do not blame high schoolers or college kids for finding this type of thing provocative. And while the horrendous action scenes might push some viewers away, I imagine the vast majority of anime community will have nothing but good things to say about Redacted, and to them I have no harsh words. Please enjoy it if you will. However, I have to recognize that when you have a little perspective and are able to take a step back, it's difficult not to see that Redacted as a completely generic melodrama with anime rom-com trappings. Teenage characters grappling with teenage identities and purely decorative themes, and your typical in-surf brooding Giga Chad protagonist surrounded by a selection of waifus for the promotional material. Gentlemen, this show is an action drama. What do you believe that this show is, and what is its score?
Yo, what the fuck, dude?
Preston, you're first.
How did we get to Arrow manga? That's
Right.
Just in Arrow Manga Sensei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
is gifted volume 5 of the light novel in the Arrow Manga Sensei OVAs. So I know Miles knows this off the top of his head immediately because he has seen that multiple times.
That's my favorite OVA of all time.
I know you've seen it, Pete, since you've seen the show.
I haven't seen the OVAs. Watch your mouth.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, you watched Arrow Manga Sensei?
I did watch
Yes,
Arrow
he
Manga
has.
Sensei.
It's a 2.
It is a 2.
I feel bad for you, Kat. And Pete, why'd you do that to yourselves?
The OP
I was young.
True.
I was young.
Claris
I was
does
trying
slap.
to get
Light. At first, I was thinking it was Violet because war was mentioned, and then they did frilly bra straps, and then I don't even know.
Action drama light novel.
Yeah. Well, fuck that. What I was going to guess is a comedy. God damn it. Rising of the Shield Hero 3-4.
Okay. Miles.
Okay, so holy shit. This is a good one, Pete, because we just went all over the damn place.
Yeah.
Right? Like this was just like everywhere.
As soon as I read the Arrow Manga Sensei thing at the end of the first paragraph, I said, this is it. This is the one.
That's the one. Okay, so
if him was a Mal review, this would be him.
My first thought when you got to the part about war and stuff was this was like somehow 86, right? Because like that would be on brand for you. It would be hilarious. But 86 doesn't have the girls eating cake, the oishi, the bra straps, the high school kids aspect of all of this. This is action and drama.
Action drama, yes.
Action and drama.
I will say these are not the only 2 genres, but these were the first 2 that popped up.
Yeah, I gotcha. Cause I think there was even some stuff about there being like comedic elements and stuff in there, and he's not like against that. A thought I had was girls und Panzer, but there are no men maybe in that entire world, so it can't be that. This is tough because like everything I can think of that does like the war is hell thing doesn't like really do this. I'm just gonna have to pick a show with a character that has a sick ass outfit that I've never seen before. I don't even know what the source material is. So maybe I'm just like wrong here. I'm gonna pick whatever that show As Death is from. I literally don't know what it's
Akame
called.
ga Kill.
Sure, I'm gonna pick Akame ga Kill. She has like a military outfit, and it's like horny, and I don't know. She looks good in it, and if she's on the cover of Light Novel 1, if that even exists, I can see people liking this. Though it does seem too popular to be that, because you talked about how the light novel wasn't particularly popular on Mal. Whatever. I have no idea, and I'm gonna say this is a 3-4.
Okay.
How did you remember that? I forgot 90% of what Pete said.
I listen to Pete because I care about him.
Thank you.
And you know what, Preston? It didn't help me at all because I'm just as wrong as you are.
True. What? True.
All right, Kat, you're up.
Yeah, no, that was a really good choice for your first one because I have no fucking idea. I'm gonna start off my score. I think the score is a 1-2.
Okay.
Honestly, the show I jumped around from, at first I was thinking Sword Art Online, but that doesn't make sense because Sword Art Online predates Era Manga Sensei, I think, for a little bit.
You gotta remember, there
Then
are multiple seasons of shows.
there are, but
It's gonna need to predate it a little bit because there were 5 volumes out by the time the OVA came out.
That's
just
true.
to
Yeah.
help you with the timeline. There.
Thank you, SAO connoisseur Miles.
No, I just meant like anything,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
any
yeah.
light novel series. I don't, I don't know how
I know.
SAO.
I'm just trying to
light-
put you in a box.
Fair enough.
yeah. So going through, I'm trying to think about some of the shows that you don't like. 86 is one of the things I thought about. And then it hit me a little bit. It might be Aria Ferretta. So I can't think of anything that's better than that. I'm gonna go with Aria Ferretta.
I'm supposed to say, Kat, you're wrong, but that's a hell of a guess. Your
That was
logic,
a really
your
good
logic
guess.
is on point. It's 100% on point.
It could actually be Don Machi, now I think about it.
Oh God!
Does
No,
Don
no, no, no,
Machi
no,
have
they're
a
not
War
Titans.
is Hell theme?
No.
I don't know. It has a lot.
You know
So-
what? This person could be lying. That's super.
This person
fair.
could just be wrong based off of what happened in the show and how they perceived it, because it was 86.
What?
It was 86 season 2 particularly, but it was 86.
Yeah, Frederica is the
Okay. So like, but no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Like,
I haven't seen season 2, but I cannot foresee it taking such a direction for that to be
He's an Arrow Manga Sensei.
the case.
I'm just saying, these reviews don't have to be accurate.
Damn, I'm sad that I didn't believe in Pete's hater energy enough.
Yeah.
Right.
I also think this is one of these reviews where if you go on Mallet, it has like 20 likes and then like 170 confusing.
Yeah.
But
What do we got for score?
Miles and Preston do get a point. It was a 3 out of 10.
Damn.
But Kat,
That's good.
even though you didn't get any points, I think you had the best answer. I love how you broke it down, and I think your logic made perfect sense.
I
Also,
literally
when did
said
you start
maybe
smoking?
This is 86.
Kat's just
in
vaping in the
my
episode.
breakdown.
When did you start vaping?
Yeah, he's vaping.
I stopped vaping a while ago. This is a totally legal substance.
You can
Oh.
vape legal substances.
I was like, what?
Tobacco's legal.
But vaping's legal, Cat. That's crack,
My
isn't
turn.
it?
It's my turn. It's my turn.
Cat smoking vape crack.
In Oregon, that's legal.
Well, we got some new Discord lore. Cat smokes crack.
If you
Out of the vape.
if you're audio only, it might be worth checking out the YouTube video just for me and Kat staring at each other before I said that in the video.
That
It
was great.
Pretty
What
fun.
the fuck is going on?
That was great. Well, after the first game, where I guess we still have 7 more to go, but Miles and Preston with 1, I'm gonna pass it over to Preston. I'm gonna pass it over to Preston. It's your turn.
It is my turn. I'll give you the genres first. This is an action sci-fi. It's a typical shonen. Let me ask you this. Are you 13? Have never watched any shonen show ever? Do you enjoy shonen tropes? If the answer is yes to at least 2 of them, then this show might be a good watch. Yet again, are we thrust into a world where our MC is a unique individual who is in a symbiotic relationship with the enemy, but because of plot, where he's simultaneously seen as an asset to humankind, but also despised as an individual who is fused with something dangerous and needs to be watched or something, he's in a unique situation where he's kept watched by other people whilst fighting monsters. Ugh, it's so generic. MC's only goal is to fight monsters with his crush, best friend, childhood friend. I never got that far because I didn't care at all. But it seems like he suffers from inferiority complex and then is bestowed OP powers. Now, instead of internalizing his inability or trying to improve himself, he gets an OP power up that nullifies his pathetic past. Wow, he's literally me, typical viewer or something. Comedic panels and storyboarding is done without any thought and instead just slaps embarrassing or facet I don't know that word attitudes in serious moments only for it to ultimately work out for our MC because he's got plot armor. Whilst it'd be interesting if our MC had an iota of personality or wasn't a complete goody two shoes, this is not the case. His entire personality is I'll protect my friends, and that's about it. Phenomenal setting and story, definitely not copy pasted tropes. Monsters are trivial to kill, and there's not a sense of crisis or even anyone dying, despite the show emphasizing that this is a big deal. What is this show?
And this is sci-fi and action?
Yes, an action sci-fi.
Action sci-fi.
Hmm.
This is interesting to me because I can't think of many stereotypical shonen that
He could have been lying
Gotta be
about that.
86 again.
it could
It
be.
it is an action and a sci-fi.
Okay. Yeah, I think that like when you first started talking, besides the sci-fi thing, I was like, could this be like Devilman Crybaby? It's like topical. Doing that for like Watch Club. You've I think done it before, and so like you get like a fun little fake out there. But that doesn't really make sense from this. He needs a childhood friend or a best friend or something. I haven't watched the show yet. I'm gonna say this is Dan to Dan. That's the currently airing one,
It is
right?
currently airing. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is a. Oh, is this a 4 or 5? Fuck. I'll say 5-6.
Okay, 5-6, Dawn to Dawn. Kat, what's your guess?
So, when you first started going on about the shonen thing, I was like, "Are you fucking talking about Radiant?" And then I realized you weren't because I'm pretty sure you've never seen it.
You're
But
the only reason I know why that exists.
Radiant?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I like Radiant. Anyway, um, the thing about it is that while you were going on, you mentioned monsters and you mentioned childhood friend. That breaks it down to something that I think is Kaiju number 8. My thing is I have a problem with figuring out scores because it sounds like a 3 to 4. Actually, fuck it, I'm gonna go with 3 to 4.
3 to 4, Kaiju number 8, your final
Right.
answer?
Yeah.
That's a good
Okay.
shout, but well, I'll let Pico.
Because
Pete.
I have two in the back of my mind based because some of it like makes sense and some of it doesn't. But like based off my previous review, like it doesn't have to be accurate for it to be a review. And so that's kind of what
Yeah.
I was thinking because like the two that came to my head were Kaiju number 8 and Eden Zero. But I haven't seen Eden Zero, but like I think all of those tropes line up. Like I think that's kind of like what Fairy Tail does, and then Eden Zero is essentially Fairy Tail. But does the MC have plot armor? I'm trying to think in Kaiju number 8.
It doesn't need to be real. You have to think this
Yeah.
doesn't have to because like my thing with Kaiju number 8, and now that I am not like I've gone and like I wish I had not considered this, is that he doesn't fight with his best friend or his childhood friend or whatever. Like that's an active plot point in this is that he is not able to do that and he wants to be able to do that. But this person who admittedly didn't pay attention to the show probably does not care about that.
Right.
Hmm.
I will
Okay.
say he didn't finish the show.
Okay. That's true. Um Wants to fight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Kaiju number 8, and I will say 3 to 4.
Okay. So Dawn to Dawn 5-6, Kaiju number 8 3-4 for the two of you.
Yep.
Okay. So I did cut out one thing that I don't know if it would help. The MC is 32,
Kaiju number
Yeah,
but
8.
he acts like a
that-
14-year-old.
That's number 8.
That would have helped.
Yeah.
Okay.
The answer is Kaiju number 8, and it is a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, me and Cat get 3 points, and Miles
Oh,
gets
yeah.
nothing.
I get nothing.
As someone who didn't watch the show, I remember seeing stuff about him being old and like 30. So I was like, if I give him 32, but
Yeah, it's a
also
clear
say
giveaway.
monster
Yeah,
powers,
no, that's it.
it's just going to give it away instantly.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the things that he said was like questionable, but he didn't finish the show, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Miles, you're up next.
Yeah, I need to stop pretending that these people like know
smart.
what happened in
Watch
show.
the show.
It's
Well,
like
at least this guy did admit that he didn't finish it, so like,
fair enough. That's
I
true.
think it was 4 episodes that he watched.
okay, yeah, because like
It's
some of the things he's
honorable
saying is just
idiocy.
are incorrect. Like those didn't happen.
I always love it when people are like, the main character didn't die. That makes the show bad. It's like, nah, show would be really bad if the main character did just die anytime anyone could plausibly die. Like, then you'd, yeah. Anyways,
We'll have a manga to be talking about that soon.
Okay. But there's a reason when people talk about this show who's we got action and drama as its first two genres.
86 again.
Oh, you know what though? I'm gonna do this because I just realized these are alphabetical, so I am going to you get the free action. I'm gonna also say fantasy is in here. I'm gonna just look at them and say which ones I think are the two most appropriate. So I would say fantasy drama with like action tertiary, but you get it for free. Enjoy.
Gotcha, player.
Okay. There's a reason when people talk about the show, it's almost entirely about how beautiful the show is. The show we're really top of the crust here.
Yes, sir.
Sound like me out there not double checking how you spell things.
I've seen the show compared to the in parentheses philosophically empty Habane Ranmei, which is some sort of anime, and they are very similar. This show leans more into a Buddhist aesthetic, while the previously mentioned shows Christianity aesthetic. I don't generally talk about the content of the show so that people can experience them for themselves. But for the actual show, demonstrated what I thought better than I can articulate it. The main character, name of main character, and nickname of main character, is incredibly soft. They crack at the drop of a hat. Everyone else that goes to their school hates them. They think they are annoying and useless, and that character does very little to make the audience think any differently for it. There is a scene in episode 3 where the main character is put into danger, and everyone is like, is it worth helping them? Should we bother? This person sucks. And I absolutely agreed. The next time a similar thing happens to this character, everyone goes back to hating this character. What was the point of helping them? It seems even the author agrees, because this character loses their memories and gets a character rewrite to be quite badass. Not even 3 episodes later.
Did you mean to write quiet badass?
To be quiet. To be quite quiet.
A quiet
Yeah,
badass?
there's an article, but it is quite.
Okay.
Maybe it's supposed to be a quiet badass. Anyways, they're badass in some way.
Word.
There's a mysterious master of the realm who decides the rules for no known reason. How did we get here? The main character is as dull as they come. Why are we here? The side characters who do little. This is like a Donald Trump speech at this point. just like
I don't know what I'm listening to.
have things. And side characters who do little but distract from the plot are both trends in this, and the slightly better aforementioned anime. The soundtrack and the visuals are both absolutely stunning, but I can't recommend it based on how pretty it is. What are we?
Ooh. Kat, you're up first.
Buddy, God.
I will say there are some words I changed to avoid
100%.
giving stuff away sort of
Yeah.
immediately.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
The character that became amnesiac or whatever
Yes.
was the main character, right?
Yes.
Okay. Drama fantasy with some action.
I think I got it.
This sounds like a certain magical index.
Okay.
I don't think you've watched it, honestly.
I have. No, what did I watch? I watched Railgun.
Railgun.
Yeah, Railgun. Okay. But the main character in Railgun doesn't lose her memories. So
Is it Index though?
it's probably not index. I can't. Fuck. I can't think of anything else though. God.
I want to give you a hint, but I also don't want to give you a hint because we're
Yeah,
tied.
I know. No hint.
I'll say I think my hint is I think Miles is radiating My86 energy.
Oh.
I would never.
Even though at the beginning of this episode you said that you were going to push agendas towards what you like or don't like.
Even though at the beginning of this episode I said I would. I would never.
Yeah, that doesn't help much, honestly. God. What would that be?
Well, what show would Miles have a hate boner against?
Well, I got one, so.
Yeah, there's not any of them. I love every show.
It's true.
I'm always like, oh, every show is the best.
You every week you were
God.
saying that Nokotan was peak comedy, nothing could top it, and that we needed 12 more seasons of it. You were the one saying that.
This is me writing a Cope review of Nokotan where they did go into the amnesia arc that I wanted, instead of just.
And where
like
they went to the deer show.
Yes, that was. This is all just like I said before the episode. I was going to make these up, and these were going to be lies. This is just a review of what I wish Nokotan was, but from the perspective of someone who doesn't like it.
Smart.
I have no idea. I am definitely going to say I'll probably generously give this a 1-2.
Generously give it the lowest possible score.
Generously.
Okay.
It's a 2. It's not a 1. It's going to be a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have no idea what the show is. I'm gonna fuck it. Ari Ferretta. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Pete.
So I think I'm gonna go 3-4 as well. And I think
That's not as well because Kat said 1-2.
That's right, he did say that. Sorry, the generously got me.
Okay.
So I think this is radiating Miles hater energy. There's some context clues, but I'm purely basing this off of fantasy drama, and I believe you said school inside of that review. So I'm gonna say this is Angel Beats.
Okay.
I'm so happy. I didn't know I was going last. I'm so happy.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good.
I'll explain why I'm laughing in 1 second.
Okay.
Galaxy Go.
Galaxy? Who's Galaxy?
Sorry, Preston.
That's my
Go.
dead name. You did this last time in the last game as well.
I apologize. It's how I think of you in my head.
True. I do hate you calling me by my real name. I'm so happy I went last this turn. Because I had no clue. I was thinking irregular Magic High the whole time, and I was like, no, the dude's supposed to be a badass the entire time. There's no chance he. Well, maybe he. No, it's not that. I'm just copying Pete, except it's a 1-2. I'm going Angel Beats.
My other guess was Assassination Classroom. I wasn't sure though.
Okay.
Do you
So-
hate Assassination Classroom?
No, I give it like a 7 or an 8 or something.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, this isn't Miles Hater energy.
Oh,
Fuck you
God.
guys.
Ooh.
I tricked you. 2, I was laughing at Pete because I guess Angel Beats spoilers. Like the main girl in that has like a heart condition. So like
Damn.
everyone just like hating her and being like, should we even help her?
I don't
Because
know.
of it just feels that made me die. It was so funny.
I haven't seen the show like what, like 3-4 years ago or something like that.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody
so-
hates somebody.
There were some other slight hints. You would notice that they was used for every pronoun for the characters. I did swap the word gem for people because this is Land of the Lustrous.
No, it's Land of the Lustrous.
What?
What
There's a
when-
school
when it
in that
says-
show?
There's like an academy they
You're
go to. or
right. It
whatever.
is okay. I guess I
Yeah.
never really
Yeah.
pictured it as that.
Fair.
You said Buddhist. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That makes so much
Oh.
fucking sense now.
And you know what? The main character is literally soft and literally cracks.
Damn it.
Oh,
What
yeah,
was the
that's
score?
true.
The score was a 4.
Okay.
So
God
Pete gets
damn.
1 point, and no one else gets a point.
Damn. That was. Oh, I got so focused
That
on
was
drama
smart.
fantasy
That
school
was really smart.
that the word Buddhist should have given it away immediately. Oh well.
Yeah.
Kat, you're up.
Oh, buddy. I'm so glad to be telling you about this fucking one. All right. Let me start off with let's see. The genres being action, adventure, fantasy. And I will also say that is made by the Racist 11. That nothing. I just found the name funny. Anyway,
Oh, that's his Mali
Oh, that was the
username.
reviewer out there. I
That's
thought that was
my
like
username.
just
I th-
studio.
I thought that was I was like Studio Racist 11. Like
Yeah, I was like, is there like some deep dark secret in like Kyoto Annie's past that I'm not aware of, and they're like secretly known as the Racist 11 or something?
something like that. All right. Don't judge a book. Don't judge it. Judge by its rating. How can people enjoy this throughout 25 episodes and still didn't get bored? It's just an anime about a guy playing VR games and his daily life sometimes. The real
got it.
life of MC is very realistic and relatable for me, but not the gamer part. The animation is top notch until episode 5. It will keep you engaged, but after that, the anime gets hella boring. Boring means not saying hypothetically, just straight up boring. It's so boring you can skip straight up from episode 10 to 15 and still understand what's happening. It's just they are playing games and enemies have changed. Nothing much. Characters appear out of nowhere. The MC is always shouting. It's supposed to be a funny anime, but nothing comedy or funny I can remember moments. Emotionless characters, etc. If characters die, you know they will be back up, as it is just a game. The only thing I was interested in is the girl who have a crush on MC but can't tell him. Even she try, it's always rom-com shit where someone stops them. I was excited about the relationship. I was excited about the fuck. I was excited about the relationship will develop, but her screen time is only half the anime. If you have watched this whole anime without skipping, bro, you are a god of persistent, or you have bad taste. That's the end of the review.
Honestly, I know it's not. I just gotta say, based as fuck.
Seeing
And that's
your
all.
face confirmed to me what show this is just off of your reactions.
yeah, I'm just trying to debate the score.
There's not a score low enough.
The show is Shangri-La Frontier. The score
Yep.
is. I'll stick with the pattern. I'll go 3-4.
Miles was so happy when that bunny girl or whatever that he hates got
Emil.
bashed in a review. Yeah, it's Shangri-La Frontier. if it duped us, that's crazy. I haven't even seen the show, and I just knew from how Pete talked about the show that it got boring. So, Shangri-La Frontier, it could be a 1-2. It could also be a 5.
Shit, it could be a
3,
7.
4. It could be a 7, but I'll go 3, 4 as well.
The cat special. Talk about negatively the entire
Yeah.
time and give it a 7.
Cat, yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is Shangri-La Frontier. I don't think the review mentioned the stupid little rabbit.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Is the girl that has a crush on him not the rabbit?
No.
She's the
Oh.
giant metal armored person.
Yeah, she's like,
Right.
honestly, this person is correct. One of the more interesting parts of the show is that she is like one of the best players in the game, but she's like embarrassed and shy and everything, so she like has a hard time interacting with him in game, but like helps him out as sort of like a mysterious figure. But I think I dropped it right around episode 6 or so when he was like, "Yeah, the show sucks, especially from this point forward." I don't know. I guess for the sake of being different, I'll say 1-2, and mostly because he said like 1/5 of this show was animated well, and that's the only good thing I can say about it. Like,
it is very
I don't
well
know.
animated. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll just say 1-2 for the sake of being different. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 3 or 4. And this is, of course, and if it's not, amazing pool cat, because some other show has the same plot as Shangri-La Frontier. I'm gonna say this is Shangri-La Frontier.
It is Shangri-La Frontier.
Okay.
And Preston and Pete got 3 points.
Okay.
Miles, you only got 1.
That's fair.
I really just chose this show because it's written by the racist 11.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say about a blind squirrel.
And based on, I don't know if it was how he actually wrote it or how you said it, but his Mal username checks out with his vocabulary, and that's coming from that's coming from me.
It is unfortunate that I fully agree with the racist 11.
You hate to see it, but
Yeah.
I hate to say this on the podcast, but based.
Based?
Not say based to the fucking racist when you have a black person on the podcast, please.
My bad.
Look, man, have you watched Shangri-La Frontier?
Huh?
Have you watched Shangri-La?
Yeah, I love Shangri-La.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
It's me and
I'm
you
sorry.
that are the haters, Miles.
I know.
I think a lot of it could have also been written for Beaufry if they didn't say the main character was a dude.
Or the 25 episodes. That's what really gave it away for me.
Yeah, if the gender wasn't said and then like episodes 10 through 15 wasn't said, that could very well easily
They said
been
the
a
animation.
mild review of Beaufry.
I like Beaufry's. The
Yeah.
first season of Beaufry's animation's fine.
They said it was good.
I mean, some, like
The
we
scene-
said, people are
Fight
wrong in
scenes
these
are
reviews.
decently animated at
Yeah.
times.
What they are saying is not factually correct again.
Beaufry
This
season
person-
1's a banger.
Dude, people say...
person-
Oh,
Hates Beaufry, but lied about its animation quality to make it seem better.
it's Mal, baby. Anything is possible. Okay, so we are at the halfway point. And dead last with 2 points, we have Miles. Kat is just behind with 3 points. Preston is in second with 4, and I have a commanding lead with 7. So you guys got some ground to make up on. Let's get to round number 2, and I will be starting off again. This is honestly one of my favorite reviews I've ever read because this person is having such self-identity issues. It is just an absolute delight to read. Here we go. Have you ever seen the amount of anime that are power fantasies for men, but for the audience to be self-inserted to? Well, you don't have to worry about this show because this decided to be the innovative idea of making a power fantasy, but for women. With the MC serving a very clearly as a Mary Sue to do this. I mean, when you look at the conversation around the show, you see people being fine with the protagonist, which honestly confuses me. Because this is the kind of show that if it had a male protagonist, it would be rightly called a self-insert male power fantasy. Now let's look at her qualities and see that her flaws aren't actually flaws. Being ugly is completely self-imposed thing, as she's apparently the most beautiful around. She is very quirky and shows no interest in men, but that's when her redacted being interested in her. since unlike the other girls who are lusting over Redactive everywhere he goes, she's not interested in him at all, as she is not like the other girls, and her quirkiness makes her interesting. So she ends up getting attention from the perfect guy, despite the fact that she doesn't receive any reception from her. Or he doesn't receive any reception from her, yeah. I thought that we made fun of this when it was a rom-com about a 10 out of 10 girl talking to the completely average guy, just because he's nice. Why is this suddenly okay when the exact thing is being done here? Also, there are other girls who don't like her, and they are always proven wrong by saying that, or saying that they were just jealous about how amazing she is. I swear that I could barely look at the screen on episode 4 where she scolds Redacted. I mean, this MC was in the right, she always is, but it made me cringe at the scene. It's almost felt like when in revenge fantasies the MC puts a popular guy in their place. I don't even want to go about who her real father is. Is there any other hidden talent or important connection that she has to do that I don't know of? Honestly, I'm very confused at the very positive reaction this series got. Maybe it's just because that I can't see this series and I think that the MC as anything other than a massive case of a Mary Sue, because to me she is blatantly written as one. Genres: drama, mystery.
Huh?
Huh? Hit me with the huh soundbite.
I got you, Chief.
Huh?
Thank you. Everybody, for the audio listeners, everybody is confused.
I was. You were laughing about this earlier, and I jokingly said, "Oh, it's Kimi Tadake," and I was going to answer that until you brought up the real father, and then drama mystery. Wait. Okay, Miles, you don't have to answer this question.
Okay.
But what is a Mary Sue?
A Mary Sue is typically like a female character that is like perfect in sort of every way and capable of making mistakes, sort of held up as like an
Okay.
icon. So if you think about the character Mary Sue from Tanya the Evil,
I forgot her name was Mary Sue.
yeah,
from the movie.
that's what the bit is. It's
Hilarious.
also often used by sexists to
Yeah. Guess what I'm getting heavy hints of in this review?
Okay. Miles, you unironically gave me an answer.
Okay.
That helped so much. Did he say that he hated it? Fuck it. 1, 2. Did they mention school at all?
They did not.
Okay, Apothecary Diaries.
Okay. Miles.
Apothecary Diaries is interesting. It does show that they completely didn't understand the show, because Mao Mao doesn't think being ugly is a flaw of hers. She intentionally makes herself look less attractive in order to avoid male attention.
Right.
She's also not oblivious of any of the advances she gets. She just doesn't like them.
My
She's
guess
also
could be wrong, Miles.
Yeah, but no, but I need to go over the fact that none of this is correct, right? That's what I need to remember. Like thinking about the shows and what happens in the shows has only hurt me. There's a reason I'm in last place, and it's because I'm like, no, and I'm like, well, this can't be that, because that doesn't happen. And I mean, it does, this has been wrong every time, and everyone else is going on vibes. They're like, this is what a stupid person would say about this show, and they get it right.
You need to establish your elitism.
It's not even elitism.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I was confused about the real father thing. That's definitely that feels Apothecary Diaries to me. This person missed the entire point of Apothecary Diaries, I think. Which is impressive. Like, genuinely. Because, like, I was trying to think of, well, one, he says that she's actually attractive, and then compares it to an ugly male MC getting a 10 out of 10 woman.
Well, there is the trope of the male MC will get a haircut because their bangs cover their eyes, and then their a hot dude.
Yeah. So everyone gets that, right? Like, there's like you undo the ponytail or you conform to society, like in Horimiya, and everyone likes you.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely think Apothecary Diaries, based off of, I was completely thinking in the wrong direction until
What
you
were
said
you
that, because
thinking?
I was just trying to think of various like female lead rom-coms. I was like you blanked out the relationship between the person and like the potential love interest, which made me think that there was some sort of like position they had, like in relation. So I was like, is this fruits baskets? Is this like something? You know, like I didn't even know. I was just trying to think of like competent women, but like romance wasn't even a genre in this, and so that also points to Apothecary Diaries, and also points to this person missing the point of Apothecary
Well,
Diaries.
if Pete went off of it being alphabetical, romance would have been after mystery no matter what. So, oh, you
Yeah.
mean yeah? They also
Well, they just talked a lot like it was a rom com, right? Like,
yeah.
but I think you're right on Apothecary. I'm gonna say Apothecary Diaries. I'm gonna say 1-2.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad we could help each other out there, Preston, because I would never have got there.
There was no chance. There was no chance until I heard Mary Sue. Its definition.
All right, Kat.
Yeah, they answered all of it for me. I'm going to Apothecary Diaries in 1-2. I couldn't think of a show until they said something, honestly. Glad I went last.
I was thinking at the very beginning, like Seventh Time Loop. I haven't seen it, but I was like,
Seven
that
Time
just
Loop doesn't
sounds like that
but
could be
She's
a
just
female power fantasy if people think of it as one because they're a
right.
hater.
yeah, but like she knows how hot she is.
Okay,
Like,
fair.
So my favorite part of doing this is when people write reviews like this is going to their actual Mal page and then playing the game. Do they have Monogatari at a 10? Because people who think they're really smart have Monogatari at a 10.
It happens every time.
This person has Monogatari at a 10. So
I just want to shout out to my plausible deniability 9 out of 10 that I gave
Yes.
Pocket.
We also found one as a 9 out of 10, and the dude was so pretentious.
Yeah, it's very fun. Also, it's like, if you look at their 10s, more than likely it's something along the lines of Monogatari is a 10, Ava's a 10, Akira's a 10.
It's just the normal, like the
Perfect Blue will be a
stereotypical,
10.
like I like anime. I'm very smart.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't ever give, insert comedy whatever because it's not a genre-defying avant-garde series.
Yeah, there's nothing like in my 3x3 how it's like pretentious, but then I put Quince in there
Yep.
to like feel a little more human.
100%.
Okay.
It's a smart play.
Yeah.
It's honestly a very smart play. I think she had one more show like Quince here 3x3, but it works out. But
Look,
you guys all got 1 point. It was
okay.
Apothecary Diaries.
3-4?
Yeah, the fact that he calls Mao Mao a Mary Sue is fucking hilarious. I loved it. I love just the projection of whatever this guy is going through on a very well written female character is just hilarious. But you guys all got the points wrong. It was a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
It's always a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, that was so. I mean, he does. I'm just assuming it's a man. Contradict himself immediately.
There's no chance it's a female.
He has an
Anime, it's Mal, and he hates Mao Mao.
He has Archer from Fate as his profile picture.
That's a dude.
And he also says that Dragon Ball and Pokemon are essentially the same series. So,
huh?
Shout out to this guy.
I guess from a high enough view.
Sure.
They both try to collect them all of something.
They're
all
be it 151 Pokemon or 7 Dragon Balls.
They're all ants. Preston, you are up for your second one.
Oh god. We'll do this one as my second one. Okay, I have the right one. I have 2 for the same series, and it doesn't give enough for the first one. Okay, this one is a rom-com. Seriously though, this anime is a gem. Main girl's adorable face and smile have me swooning every time. The show's premise is so relatable. Who hasn't felt invisible at some point? But main girl sees main boy, and she's determined to make him visible to the world. I love how the show balances humor and heart, tackling deeper themes like loneliness and self-discovery. The characters are well developed and complex, with amazing growth throughout the season. The animation is stunning with insane attention to detail, and the soundtrack, perfect. If you haven't watched this anime yet, give it a try. Trust me, you won't regret it. It's a hidden gem. What is this show?
The hidden gem. I believe that this show was produced in Shonen Jump, so I don't know how hidden of a gem this would be. If I'm correct, that's the thing.
Okay, yeah, I guess my issue here is that. Okay, so rom-com, great soundtrack, attention to detail, good animation. There is someone who feels invisible. The main girl wants him to feel visible. The issue that I have with this is that feels like it could be
400 gem.
so many fucking rom-coms. Okay.
Right.
The ones that come into my head immediately are Dangers of My Heart and then Horimiya, where you both, I mean, and Lord knows these are not the only shows like this, but you have like a lonerous MC, and then there's like a love interest who sort of takes them out of their shell in some way. Both of those shows though were massive successes. um,
Some would say the best rom com in the last 10 years.
specifically season 2 though.
Specifically season 2.
Knowing
I would
Preston,
argue that for Horimiya piece.
yeah, that's what I was saying. So like that's what I was like, I know you love Horimiya.
Number 21 all time for me.
And as a Discord, we have been kind of shitting on Horimiya lately. So, nothing serious,
For the
but
record, I like it.
it's been a little, some people have been saying some stuff. And so I'm wondering if this is like, you're getting the good stuff out there. However, the Dangers of My Heart being a hidden gem in the best rom-com thing is also a meme on our podcast because someone commented about that when we explicitly said we would not be talking about sequels.
That's true.
And this could also be any number of rom-coms that I am not thinking of. It is certainly not my most viewed genre. I am going to go with soundtrack, huh? Okay, that's gonna be my tiebreaker. I like the Horror Mia soundtrack more. I'm
Okay.
gonna go. This is Horror Mia, and this is going to be a. It feels like an 8, but I'm gonna say it's a 9/10. I wish we could do all of it. So we broke these up in a way that is annoying.
I know. It's great.
Terrible.
Pat, it is your turn.
Buddy.
Wait. Horimiya, 910.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Kat.
Hi. I'm going Dangers in My Heart. And
Okay.
Oh, I
You'd be
hate
so
doing the
annoyed if that's
scores.
right.
Yeah. Um. Ah, God. 7-8.
7-8. Okay. Danger's My Heart, 7-8.
Yeah.
I'm
Pete.
really glad I got to go last, so the other two couldn't steal off of me.
Yep, I knew you would get this immediately.
Oh, okay.
Because they say it's about being invisible. This is Kubo won't let me be invisible.
Yep. I thought about it and then I just completely forgot about it once he said it.
I don't think I've ever heard of that
What?
show.
Oh, it was. Oh, yeah. It's actually I looked up. It's a Young Jump property. It's not Shonen Jump, but yeah, this is a very popular.
Like you
very
say,
popular
like
series.
no idea, never, not triggering
Fake
anything.
weeb. Get this weeb off my podcast.
Good.
I'm gonna say it didn't seem like it hidden gem, but like they didn't really like think it was like the greatest thing. So I'm gonna say 7, 8.
That feels right.
Okay, so you weren't paying attention to me, I guess, the season Kubo came out, Miles. Because every single week I was praising Kubo. I'm probably the biggest Kubo anime fan in the Discord.
100%.
I love this show.
100%.
I'm being gaslit. No one has ever. Honestly, I'm not sure this is a real show.
I've reviewed it.
Like all three of you might have. Yeah, I don't listen to what you
It's
said.
a real show.
It's a real show.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
review it because it had like a production delay, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it did have a production delay where half of the season went to another season. But yeah, I love this show a lot. And it is Kubo won't let me be invisible. And it is also an 8 out of 10.
That feels right. I already
Woo!
had
Let's
points
go.
down as such.
I still got a point.
So Pete now has an even bigger commanding lead.
Let's go. I wonder what's the highest points scored in a game, because I feel like I'm on track for it.
Yeah, I mean you've gotten 3, 1, 3, 3.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
Miles, you're up.
Yeah. I can't win. So I'm gonna do the one that I think is funnier.
Perfect.
To be honest, it sucked. Personally, I don't like pedophilia.
Bold take.
Age gap, too big. Stop normalizing and romanticizing it. She was 14, going on 15, and he was 22. Could have been more comfortable if she was like 18 or so. But this is still like a weird relationship that I do not fuck with.
Wait, is this you?
After
This is
Okay, sorry. So we can just stop now and just move on to the next.
No, I would like to continue.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Okay.
Good question. Is this your review though?
I'm not pleading the fifth.
Pat, just say this. You should get this. We should all get this.
After 30 minutes of recap, the movie was maybe 40 minutes long, and the same boring trope you see in like every romance. They rapid fired all of the scenes, could have added more intricacy and development to the plot. Very surface level character tropes, with character being the broody, lonely, sad adolescent, and her teacher is the only one who empathizes. Went no deeper. They definitely could have. So much opportunity done. They did nothing with. If this was, it was supposed to be a prequel, but so much of it was recap and present events that it didn't even feel like it. Wasn't worth the time and money. Wish I got more movie and more plot. What do we got?
Okay, so
Yeah, you're up first, which is part of the reason I did this one.
That's not your review because you wouldn't talk about the money that would go into a show or a movie.
I think it's the ticket they bought. I think that's what they're upset about.
Yeah.
So Violet Evergarden.
Okay.
And thinking about the money. I want to say 3-4, but it feels like like we gotta branch out from 3-4, dude.
Okay, so are you doing 3-4 or are you branching out?
5-6.
5-6. Okay,
No,
that is
I'm not doing 5-6. No. I'm doing 3-4.
okay. 3-4. I was gonna say for something that started with "to be honest, it sucked," and personally, I do not like pedophilia. 5-6 was a bold guess.
Me and Pierre are gonna have the same answer.
Johnny gave a Rebo a 7, so who knows?
Look, I know lots of
No,
people
that was
that
Trent.
I respect. That also Johnny.
Also Johnny.
Johnny gave it a 5.
No,
Oh, did
we
he?
have we
Okay.
literally have a meme about Johnny giving it a 7, don't we?
No, that's Trent. Trent originally gave Oremo a 7, but he lowered it. Johnny on the episode gave it a 5, I believe.
I know a few.
Oh, he said if it wasn't for the incest, it would be a 7 or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Yeah, it's still
But
really bad.
He gave it a 5.
Honestly, after thinking about it, the incest is one of my like mid-tier issues with the Remo. So you put that where you want to. Pete, you're up, bud.
Yeah, so this is Violet Evergarden, the movie.
Are we going to
And
do Cat like that?
and
If he
not.
meant the movie.
I'll say 1, 2.
1, 2. Okay,
Can I get the genres?
you can. And I apologize for not doing that. This is a drama romance.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Dude. It's gotta not. I'm not going Violet Evergarden the movie because I don't think it's that. I got another show or movie immediately, which was all half
Oh, fucking Fruit
recap.
Basket!
It's the Fruit Basket movie, and it's a 1-2.
It's Fruit!
What?
Oh, I can't believe I got.
I was when Kat said that, I was like, oh no, Kat, that's such a good guess knowing me, but that's
Oh.
incorrect.
I was so confident the whole
I've never
time.
seen Fruit Basket, so I can't say.
Oh,
And then don't watch the movie. And
Or
the
do.
show is phenomenal.
I can't believe
Uh,
that. I walked right into it. That was perfect bait. That was perfect bait.
I even said the teacher.
I know.
He said broody teacher,
okay.
and I was like, he also said your ages.
He hasn't seen the Violet Evergarden movie, so like it makes sense if you've seen the movie too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Also, though, I said 22-year-old was the adult.
I don't
in
know
this
how old the major is.
30-something.
I can't
Yeah.
count, bro.
30-something. Pete, the major is.
It's confirmed
older
that it's not.
than me.
It's confirmed it's not
Hey,
a relationship.
Miles, it
I
wouldn't
don't
matter
know if
because I've
that's
never seen
confirmed.
Fruits Basket.
Agenda over facts. I get it.
My assumption that you would get Cat is my bad. I forgot you
To
haven't
be fair, I
finished the show.
did bring it up during the Girls Band Cry episode.
But this was a carbon copy of what Miles has complained
This
about,
was basically my review.
except for the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Fruba
Um,
prequel 1-2.
I will say, like, if you took away like the age gap and like the power dynamic issues, I actually would have like liked the romance part of it. So like I didn't dislike it as much as this person did, who said it was like shallow. I like didn't necessarily think it was. I like that, but for the rest of it, was good. To be honest, it sucked. Was more or less my feelings upon finishing that movie. Okay, so I believe everyone gets 1 point though because this person gave it a 3.
What?
Oh, Pete gets
No,
0
I get
points.
0.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot that you. Damn, Pete. I wasn't even trying to get you on this. I just wanted like
Like I got.
to push the agenda.
Like I got.
What's a
Well
3?
played. Well played.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a 3, does it? But like people are weird about giving 1 and 2s out, myself included.
Same. I have 2 1s.
You gave the movie a 2. I know that.
Yeah, no, I did.
Which
and,
is why I guessed it 2.
Yeah, this very well could have been my review, but it wasn't.
Ooh.
What's the scores?
The scores going into the final round is Pete with 10 and everyone else with more than 4 less than 10. Or 4 or more less than 10. Preston and Kat, though, we have a tight battle here for second place. You're both tied with 6. I am
6?
in last with third. So I have you with 1, 3,
Yep.
1, 1 for your scoring, with a 0 in there. And then I'm at 3, so I could possibly make it a 3-way tie for second if everything.
I have you at 4.
I have myself at 1, 2. So I got 1 point, then 0 point, then 1, then 1, then 0.
Okay, cool. Wait.
Because I guess too high on Preston's, I guess 9, 10, and I guess Horimiya and not the made up show.
Okay.
Kubo.
Word.
So
Thanks
you know
for
what? I'm
keeping
gonna
track.
let Kubo be invisible or whatever.
Sounds good.
Kubo's not the invisible one.
What's the invisible person's name?
Shiraishi.
Okay, I'm gonna let Shiraishi be invisible. Kat. Oh, you know what? Since Kat can't gain points on this.
I have a tiebreaker if Preston gets 0.
Okay, wait. I have a tiebreaker. Unless I'm involved in it, can I do mine because it's dumb?
Mine's also dumb.
Mine is dumber.
I don't know if it is.
I'll bet you $7 that it's
Alright.
dumber.
Why
I
not we
will.
just do a third round if you both want to do these reviews so bad?
Nah. Cat, take it
He
away.
doesn't want to give it a shot at
All right.
losing.
We'll figure it out later.
So, here's the genres: mystery sci-fi,
God damn it. I hate mysteries.
I'm listening.
appalling. This was the first word I thought of while watching this.
Appalling?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good thing there's a rating made specifically for this word. Is there a line to be drawn where an artistic work simply should not exist? If anything comes close to that line, it must be this show. Though it's made by a great studio, with good animation and flamboyant drawings, sitting through over an hour of some of the most grotesque works ever produced is just painful. I've taken a hard look at the reviews. The critical few maintain that the story is meaningless, the characters are worthless, but that this is sort of redeemed thanks to production quality and the refreshing bizarre. Those giving giving the show high rating often agree they barely enjoy the movie, but feel it deserves a high rating due to its uniqueness. I care very little for this. I care about enjoyment, or in any way, having the feeling and experience is at least worth going through. Though I didn't enjoy something else very much, I agreed it had many qualities. This movie has none.
This
This is
movie
very
doesn't have
possibly
qualities. No, not a single quality.
not a single quality. This
Not,
movie,
not even bad ones.
this is very possibly the worst piece of animation I've ever watched. Avoid.
Okay, I have 2 ideas.
I also have 2 ideas.
Okay, let's see if they're the same after. Well, you go first.
Okay, so I'm feeling like it's like one of those. It's like people who don't like it think that people who do like these properties is because it's like, oh, it's so unique and different, and they do so many different things that people just like it for like that reason. And you said mystery and sci-fi. The 2 that came to my head are Haruhi Suzumiya, since it has a movie, and Made in Abyss, which also has the movie. And I think they're talking
we have
about
exactly different point. Like,
oh, really? We have 2
completely
different ones?
Yeah.
Because they mentioned movie, so I'm thinking
Yeah, no,
mystery sci-fi is with a movie. I'm leaning Made in Abyss. I'll go 1-2.
Everything you said has left my brain about what they said in that review. Other than that, it's appalling.
Okay, yeah, they are appalling. They're glad that there's a score for appalling. Animation
Pretty sure that's a 2.
was good. They say that even the people who are positive about it seem to agree that it's more of an experience than like a plot-driven, substantive thing. They
Right.
mentioned that it was grotesque in points. Like he said, I think an hour of the most grotesque animation I have ever seen.
Oh, I think I have an idea what it is now.
And those are the talking points that I remember, and I'm basing my thoughts off of. So there's a bias, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What? Haven't seen any of this, so I can't. So I don't know if Pete's right on that. I've seen Disappearance of Hartley, and the animation isn't grotesque at all. If anything, it's phenomenal. I don't watch movies, so this sucks. Made in Abyss movie, whichever one it is, 1-2.
Okay.
Okay. I have 2 thoughts. I think this is either Akira or End of Evangelion. Both of those movies have what I would consider parts of grotesque animation. Both of them are highly acclaimed, like critical pieces that some people have very negative reactions to. The thing is, they said there was a and I'm just remembering this, Preston, so I'm sorry for not giving it to you.
I would not have changed my answer, I don't
Okay.
think.
They reference a show in it that they thought had qualities, while this piece has no qualities, and that takes me away from Akira because there's no show related to Akira. I remember after I first watched End of Ava, I was not happy with what I had just seen. And I kind of like agree with these talking points, other than what vaguely, like, I think like the lack of plot, the experience, like the experience of it, the fact that it is grotesque, I think is like real. All of that is good, and he just seems to like not like that, and it's affected him negatively. And I like also didn't like it, but like I like the merit of the art making you feel a certain way. So it just reminded me of that. I'm gonna say End of Evangelion. I'm gonna say 1-2.
Okay. Everybody said 1-2, right?
We all
Yeah.
did.
Everybody gets a point.
Okay.
None of you get the other point.
Damn.
This is Paprika.
This is Paprika.
What?
Yeah.
They referenced a show so many times.
Yeah.
What was
Are
the
you
other thing
talking
they
about
referenced? Yeah, what's the
Paranoia
thing
Agent?
they?
The other show that they referenced was Perfect Blue.
That's
Which
not a
Okay.
isn't a
show.
show.
Well, but he doesn't
Yeah.
say show. He just says the blank. So they were for another work. I assumed
Yeah.
it would be like in the same universe, like you
Now,
get a movie after a show or something like that.
to be fair, like I probably should have switched out show for movie to give you guys a little bit more consistency, but I was reading pretty much everything except for when it said Paprika. I just switched it out for something else, and that was just in the review by itself.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, even if the show movie thing was fixed, I would have assumed they were way more related than just being by the same like
Yep.
director. I don't think that would have changed my thought at all. How the fuck did they get that out of Paprika?
Yeah.
Don't fucking know.
That was
Like, that's crazy.
that's nuts.
Like I guess there's like some of it makes sense. Like, I guess, like, I didn't think Paprika was like the most substantive thing that I've ever watched, and it was like but like it wasn't that bad, and like I would never call it grotesque. And it's so harmless that I can't imagine giving it and I don't know. Like, what I want to hear this person talk about Bubble. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I want this person to review a Bubble, because if Paprika's a 2, they're gonna have to invent a whole new scale for what they'll give the plot of that.
Wow.
So yeah, crazy. Good pool cat.
Well, at least we
Yeah.
don't have a tie, so we can just wrap things up. So,
Can I do mine?
oh, just for fun?
Yeah, funsies.
Sure, fuck it, why not? Only if I can do mine.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Mine's like
So just third round.
10 sentences.
Okay, yeah. Mine is pretty quick here.
All right, so this is just for fun. I won. I'm gonna hold this dub. Pat on the back on me.
I'm gonna hold the dub.
I should have chose my harder Kuba one. That legit would not have been guessed.
I still would have won.
You got to do the
No.
crab legs, bro.
We
If-
might have tied.
Yeah, could have been tied. Well, no, actually,
If you
Pete
got
lost,
I won by
0-3.
4.
Yeah, he won by 4.
No?
Yeah.
Was I not at 6?
You're at 7 and
You
I
were
have
at
11.
7 and
Yeah.
Pete's at 11.
Oh, you had 11.
Yeah, because you got a point for that too, because we all guessed 1 too. So.
Yep.
Okay. Never have I been so sad. This is a adventure fantasy.
Okay.
Never been so sad to give a low rating to something so revered. I'm so sorry. I can't tell you how sorry I am. Again, I'm so sorry. But I found this to be unbelievably dull. I am so sorry. I'm desperately sad about this.
Can I answer already?
Yeah, shoot or shoot. Go for it.
Friaren.
Okay. What do you think the score is going to be?
3-4.
Okay, 3-4. Not a bad guess so far. This
I'm
series
sticking with that answer no matter what.
is such a foundation for modern day fantasy that I'm incredibly disappointed in myself for not liking this. I've always wanted to be a fan of this series, and I wanted to learn Elvish. So, Who knows?
Yeah.
Here's where you might be
Lord
wrong.
of the Rings anime review.
I've been trying to get into this for 17 years.
Oh my god.
God,
But I in this book have a sad history. I've
book.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's not even supposed to say book. I just put in the word book. I took the name of the author out and
Okay.
just used a word. Me and this author have a sad history. Unlike the people who write these reviews. Um, um, I tried again 10 years ago when I was stuck in bed for several days due to a giant surgical wound in my my doctor said I had to stay in bed for a few days, so I reasoned what a better time than to try completing this series. But I didn't last past scene that happens here. I decided, fuck this. I'm going to head to the gym with a bloody bandage on my neck. True story. I got a lot of real weird looks. My doctor gave me a prescription for Vicodin because he was concerned the pain would be too much to bear. But apparently I didn't even need the Vicodin because that pedophile, this character name, put me right to sleep. Okay.
That pedophile.
What pedophile elf shows are there?
This might be wrong. Some of this might just be wrong.
Okay.
Is the Elvish thing a thing that was said though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said I wanted to learn Elvish.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's at least an elf in this show. If someone's trying to speak Elvish, I can't. The only old elf show I can think of is Record of Lodoss War. I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Friar but okay, whoever said Lord of the Rings was closest, this is a review of the Fellowship of the Ring. From Goodreads, and I don't know. I just
Oh,
thought it
it's
was
not
really...
even an anime; it's a book.
No. It's just Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But the spiral into like talking about their medical history and the Vicodin, I just kind of wanted to
That's
get that
pretty
there. And
good.
someone even said Lord of the Rings, so
I did.
yeah. Okay, props to you, but you guessed way too early, or maybe you would have gotten it.
All right, I'll do my fun
no
bonus
problem.
one real quick. Some anime aren't for everyone. There are people who really can't stand sports anime. Others fan service. Some people think that psychological works are too confusing and full of themselves. And you know what? That's perfectly fine.
Ooh.
Everybody has different tastes. That's why we have so many different genres and mediums for the environment. I'm never going to tell somebody that their taste is bad. Unless, of course, they don't like this show. You
Ooh.
see, this is a universally appealing anime. As in, you see a slice-of-life comedy about their friends going on about adventures, finding love, and chasing their dreams. Not appealing to you, you are literally Hitler. Every week, Redacted manages to make the best of its 3 minutes by not focusing on its cuteness factor, but having a coherent storyline and character development as well. Yes, Redacted can do in 3 minutes every week what any overhyped action anime aimed at adults can't manage to do in 23. After 11 episodes, I feel like I've become part of a new family. Not only is Redacted entertaining, it's soothing. If you're having a bad day, you simply turn on this anime and watch the adventures of these characters hopping around. Even though it's a kid show, it doesn't feel like it's dumbed down or talking down to an older audience at all. And it has some jokes that'll get more laughs out of an older audience. In conclusion, you have absolutely nothing to lose by watching Redacted. In the time it took to read my crappy review, you could have watched the first episode and began your life-altering journey to the show. Genre slice of life comedy. I also give a hint: they don't speak words, only sounds.
Fuck if I know.
What the fuck?
They hop around. They don't speak words. It's 3 minutes long. I also talked about it in Discord today.
Yeah, it's Banana.
It is Banana.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, valid take.
Yeah.
It's-
The score was a 10 out of 10.
Good for this person.
That is all for the Mal review game number 7. Woo! Good job, everybody. We made. Miles got dead last, so sucks to suck, Miles. Otherwise,
I did.
I took the dub. Preston got second. Cat got third. If you made it this far and you want to support us, the best way to do so: like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on. Let us know how many points you scored, or if you fell asleep during somebody's review. Let us know. Next week, we will be doing the first impressions of the currently airing summer season, and we'll be talking Dawn to Dawn, Orb, and more Orb.
Cube.
Otherwise, if you are here for Watch Club if you're here for Watch Club, we're not even doing Watch Club. Watch Club, we're doing Devilman Crybaby next week, so look forward to that. Otherwise, gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this, and thank you to all the listeners out there. So we will see you next time. Peace!